Alright, ladies and gents, so I am up 2% for November already. Yes, the month has literally just started, but I'm already up 2%. I ended last month, October, just below 20%, which was an amazing month for me and my students as well. But this month is going to get even better. We're going to turn up the notch now. And obviously, we're halfway through the last quarter of the year. I've already done my review last month. So yeah, I'm kind of excited to jump into this month really. I think this month I'm going to be a bit more selective with the trades. I looked at last month and I thought there's a lot more trades than what I usually take. I took around 30 something trades. I don't really execute that, at that frequency, I guess you could say. But sometimes I do. It just really differs and depends what the market's kind of telling me, right? For example, this month I've gone into it already with, a very open mind in the sense that I'm going to only take high probability setups. I already do anyway, but I was kind of allowing mid probability setups to take over from last month. Even though some of them are winners, they're still not obviously focusing on high probability setups only, right? But this month, I'm going to only focus on high probability setup. I'm going to be a bit more selective. I'm not going to obviously opt in for internal structure, etc. I'm going to wait for external to align. That's my narrative right now. That could change next week. That could change in a few days. That could change in 2 weeks. I don't know. It just depends. But as of right now, that's kind of my thought process, right? But as for this trade, I'll jump into it shortly. But I just want to say I was away all weekend. I was pretty much staying at a nice lodge or, chalet with a hot tub up in Anglesey in Wales. I'm already from Wales, but I'd never really go to Anglesey as much as I should, to be honest, because it's a beautiful part of the world, or especially in Wales. And yeah, I just booked up a nice lodge there for the weekend, stayed in there with the hot tub, etc. And I had a cracking time. And then obviously I came back yesterday. But yesterday was when I took this Euro JPY position, and I took it for a nice 2%. And literally I took it on my phone. That's the power of trading the ZCFX V1 system. No, it's not ICT. No, it's not SMC. None of that gimmick. None of that fancy stuff, right? This is a simple approach with a very rule-based approach, right? So just keep that in mind. This is the V1 system. This is not ICT. This is not SMC, and I'm just making that clear, okay? But yeah, woke up in the morning. I seen this trade player now, and I took it, set a fixed 2R, and go on about my day, right? But in terms of the setup, straight away, obviously we got the Asia session here, right? What did the price do? We swept out the Asia highs, very clean. Okay, that's just one of the confluences. Did I look for that in the moment? No, it just adds conviction to the trade playing out. Now, in terms as well, the M15 high and low, this is the M15 low and this is the M15 high. As you can see, we also had an M15 PR mitigation, which is also inside of this 4-hour PR mitigation as well. Don't worry, I'll show you guys in a minute, but I'm just talking about the targets, okay? So you could have targeted down into the edge of lows for just under a 7R, or into the, obviously, range lows, the M15 there, just under an 11R, right? Obviously, that is possible. 2 hours just because I was away. I was on my phone. I wasn't on the chart actively managing it with structure. But if you managed it with structure, you would have still been holding this trade all the way until around this area here. Okay, so the possibilities of using this system is undeniably great. But yeah, that would have been a challenge past if obviously you targeted or managed to structure, okay, which you can do. It's just that I was away, I was on my phone. But as you can see here on the M1, before I jump onto the high time frame to show you guys, M1 time frame, we came into the M15 POI, we started to see a shift to the downside, and as you can see in terms of momentum, we're starting to flip, right? We're starting to see that bearish momentum to the downside. We had this new range low and high. We came back up and tapped into this POI pretty nicely, and as you can see, I actually wanted to get in over here, but because at the time, I honestly, I don't know, I think I was just a little bit late. I got filled in down here, which is kind of unfortunate, but yeah, it is what it is. And then as my stop loss, I just kind of have my stop loss above here, and as you can see, I just targeted 2R and it just hit TP, right? So it's a pretty nice trade. Either way though, if I'd got in where I wanted to originally get in and got filled in at a good price, I would have still had something like this. So either way, it would have hit TP, right? But yeah, that's kind of the position on the M1 time frame. This is what we would refer to as a CPE and potentially a BRC as well, if you want to view it like that. If you don't understand, don't worry. I do have a free trading course dropping on November 10th, guys. There'll be a link below in the description. I have a brand new free trading course dropping for absolutely free. I don't want anything except you could just sign up with your email on WAP. Okay, I don't collect any information. It's just obviously through WAP. If you don't know what WAP is, well, I'm guessing you do, but it's a free course hosted on WAP. I'm just speaking in the videos with my face on the camera, talking about trading. I'm giving you the foundations of my system, and also that obviously I drop in the academy on the 17th of November as well, but I'm kind of keeping that quiet because all the hype is going towards the free course. So make sure you get yourself into the free course ready. Okay, there's a waitlist down below, and you'll get notified the second it goes live, so you can be one of the first few to join, right, and get early access, because also I'm going to be dropping something quite exciting as well. But as you can see here, right, M15Ys at the time, oops, that's today's price action. M15 at the time, as you can see from here, this is what the M15 looked like. Okay, on Monday, we swept out the highs there, the session, we tapped to that 15-minute POI and H4 supply zone as well. So we had two high time frame POIs there, stacking it as well. And then, like I said, in terms of targets, you can either target down into here or here on management structure, or even down into this low. But either way, that was pretty much it, right? And also that, we had a nice internal wick rejection as well. Now, I'm not going to discuss all individual concepts because this video is literally just to give you guys an update into my journal and show the possibilities of what it's like trading the system in terms of percentages wise, okay? Because if you were to look back on last month, I made just under 20%. If you were just on a 100k account alone, that's 20 grand, just under. Obviously, when you include the splits that you get through firms or commissions, etc., spreads and fees, it might be slightly less, but obviously still 20 grand on a 6-figure account. You just on a deviation risk of 1%, right? Obviously, if you had 7 figures of plus, etc., you do the maths, okay? So 20% is it's insane, okay? Obviously, I've had better months this year, but last month was a really good month, and this year I'm massively up. What a trading year it's been so far. So let's just keep up that momentum. Let's keep up that energy for the rest of the year. And yeah, that was pretty much the setup. Internal M15 wick rejection, H4 M15 PRM alignment. Okay, I also had the bearish range on our side at the hard time frame as well. Swept out some liquidity there as well, Asia highs, which I didn't really include, but you can. Then obviously M1 CP, so we kind of confirmed that shift to the downside, pullback, etc., and got in on the kind of confirmation. Okay, but that's pretty much the trade. I'm up 2% to start off the month of November.